Happy New Year's Day. How about that? So I'm here and I'm waiting to see what your New Year's resolutions are going to be, or your New Year's hopes and dreams. That was the Ashokan Farewell by Jay Unger, and I want to thank Jay for sitting in on our guitar class again when we were doing that. And I see some of you are in the class. Everyone did really, really great on that tune. So it was so much fun to hear everyone's different renditions of that. Yeah, terrific. Hi, Andrea there. Happy New Year to you as well. And hi, Warren and Jeff. And Tex is back here. Um, and let's have some greetings here. Oh yes, the now it's the big note version. Yeah, and Tom also was, played great in this, and Robin. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the rendition of Auld Lang Syne. I actually just kind of improvised that. It's not that hard. It's you can just sort of remember it. Yes, and Luigi from Italy. Hi, and Joyce, Happy New Year to you. Steve as well. I'm really happy with this instrument too. This is harp guitar built by Mike Doolin out in Portland, Oregon. He just did a beautiful job on this. And Happy New Year to you, Timothy, as well. Rob, uh, Elig. I think Rob wins the prize of who bought the most Sailing Dreams games so far. That's right. Um, and Neil, yes, it is. Uh, I know it's so cold in Florida that you actually have to wear shoes. Boy, I know that's pretty tough. It is getting chillier everywhere here. Back in Nashville, it is as well. So, did some of you have some New Year's parties? And yeah, we got some more. Yeah, Tony as well, and Aris. Yeah, yeah. Nice to meet you as well. So let me show you a little bit of. I went to a little party in Nashville. Here's a bit from that party. Just a couple moments. Oh, Happy New Year, Fred. Another one. And Warren says they stayed home and watched Blazing Saddles. That's great. A good way to spend it. So here's a little bit of the Nashville party we went to. Love the one you're in. Love the one you're in. That's right. Yeah, Happy New Year, right? And New Year's Day is kind of the day you were starting this new year, and kind of hoping for the best for this year, and just kind of thinking, well, what things am I going to do this year that's different than years past, So what's going to be the new thing for this year? So I'd like to hear from you on that. And yeah, let me know on that. Yeah, Brian and I were brainstorming on some things. I'd like to do some more duets this year, so duets with other people. Jim Chemo West, maybe do we're going to Hawaii in just over a week. So Las Vegas first and then Hawaii. And I'm going to try to write another tune in the Hawaiian style while I'm there, and get together with Jim and maybe do some recording. And yeah, and other players too. That's right. When Tommy is at a party, it's a party. I tell you. And the thing about the Nashville parties, I know it's just great music. And wonderful musicians. I was just sitting there talking to the host, and he turned and said, "Who is that playing the piano?" And he walks around and it's this great honky tonk piano playing, and he says, "Oh, that's the guy I hired to park the cars." So everyone's a player. I'll tell you a story about our neighbor if you're interested. Let me see here. Yeah, that's right. that was a lineup at that party, huh? And Happy New Year from Long Island as well. That's our other home. So we spend summers there. The little place we live is not winterized at all. It's barely enough for summer. But we always look forward to living right on the ocean in the summers. I think it was here. Steve had suggested using a looper, and a looper is different from a duet. It's you don't play off of the other person, and just come up with different ways to say things and do things. A looper kind of locks you in to a certain chord progression or timing, and it doesn't have the interaction of playing with another human being. So definitely a different thing to loop than to play with someone else. So, and Neil wants to hear the neighbor's story. Well, um, our next door neighbor lost his wife, and so we invited him over for a couple of dinners, and of course, as neighbors do, you know. And he told me that he was a landscaper, and he told me, oh, I used to be a musician. I used to play in a band. I said, really? He said, yeah, I played drums, and my brother played the keyboard. But to make ends meet, we were exterminators by day, and they were working out. And one day, his brother was working out, exterminating at Elvis Presley's house. And so he hears Elvis through the window working out this Little Richie riff. And he's like not quite getting it. And so his brother says to the maid there, hey, if Elvis would like, I can show him that riff. We do a lot of the Little Richie in our band. And so the maid comes in and says to Elvis, hey, Elvis, the bug man say he can show you that. And so then Elvis says, well, call him in. And then, sure enough, he showed him the riff, and Elvis got it, and he said, well, thank you very much. And then he went off, and a month later, he's back to Elvis's house, and Elvis is there playing, and the maid tells him that the bug man is there, and Elvis said, well, get the bug man in here. I want to learn this other riff. So he showed him a different Little Richie riff. So he gave Elvis 2 piano lessons there, and that's just a typical Nashville story, right? Okay. All right. Let's hear. Okay, I still haven't heard any, New Year's revolutions, as I call them, or some things that you would like to do with your New Year's. And but we're getting lots of Happy New Year's coming in here. Yes, I guess everyone wants to have a Happy New Year. Hey, hi Marlene again. It's good to hear from you as well. Okay, I'll play another tune for you, and then. Oh, I'll have you, if you can sing along with this one. All right, we've got to do a sing along. Okay, I've got another comment here coming in. Let's see. Bunny's New Year's resolution is to remember to write 2024. Okay. Yeah, I know I write 2023 for a while afterward. But actually, I want to remember to write. I have gotten away from composing, and I've been working so hard on doing the Sailing album, getting that out, that, I haven't written any new compositions really for a long time. So I think that's going to happen this year too. That's going to be another big one for me. Duets and compose a little bit more. And yes, this is a drop D, and I dropped this sub bass too, all the way down to here. But I'll bring it back up to standard. And here, I want you to sing along, especially on the chorus. Okay, so sing on this chorus. All right, you got it? All right, you can sing the verses too if you know the words. Let me just get this a little better tuning. It's cold in here, and guitar changes tuning. I might just go light the fire in the fireplace behind me. Oh yeah. Yeah, my poor harp guitar is getting cold. There we go. That's it. Yeah, these Monday lives actually are a way to be close to you. Yeah, and it started out just because didn't, I, I missed being around people and doing my shows and saying hello to you all, and that's how it started. And I haven't been able to just stop doing it. Every week I say, okay, I'm going to cut back on this. It takes a lot of time to put it together, and that every week I have something I want to share with you. And it just. I just keep doing it. So, I can show you a little bit about how I arrange that if you're interested. Let me see. Andrew Clark is here. I have been listening to Andrew's CDs. Actually, I was listening to his music earlier today. Yeah, he's also singing harmony on the Sailing Dreams CD. So thank you for that part. And Rob says yes. Show me how you arrange that. Okay, here we've got something from Neil. He's going to start to have more regularly scheduled family dinners with my own children and their in-laws to better draw everyone together. Yeah, just more Thanksgiving dinners, right? Perhaps the first and third Saturday every month, even if it's for a pine float. Okay. But that's great. There's something about eating together, that is really unifying, and that's part of the whole concept of the Acoustic Chef book, and why I give a portion of the proceeds to the World Central Kitchen. So sometimes they are some of the first ones to be at any disaster zone, serving hot meals, and there's nothing like somebody serving you a hot meal that gives you faith in life and faith in humanity again, and just amazing work that they're doing there. So that's a little aside, but yeah, eating together is a great thing. I'm going to eat together with Brian here pretty soon, so I'll call this. I won't stay online too long, and. Okay, let's see. Oh, several people have lost their voices. Yeah, Brian too lost his voice, and boy, it's something that's really been going on around. My neighbors, 4 members of the family. Okay. All right, we're getting some nice compliments here from Leland and Robin, and yeah, that's right. That was a Burt Bacharach tune. And it was something, I was trying to learn some Burt Bacharach tunes, and that one just really stood out. It was because of Karen Carpenter's, not only Karen Carpenter's voice, the way she sings freely over it, but it was the piano player in that. So the piano player was going this chunk, 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 chunk. And I said, oh, what a cool feel. I could almost see his fingers doing that. It's just gliding into that and then making it slightly staccato. So I was trying to capture that, and I kind of like do a swiping motion across the strings, almost like the piano player was doing that. So that was the real inspiration, is trying to capture that piano part while getting the voice to kind of sing freely over that. In the very beginning, that's the notes that the piano was playing, and he was letting everything ring, and then getting one other note that I didn't have enough fingers for, so I found it as a harmonic there. So it's just to get that to ring over, add that harmonic there. And then I go into that little piano thing. So it took a little while to separate that Karen Carpenter's voice on the top, my ring finger, with the chunky, kind of little bit detached, not quite staccato, but detached. Here's a little bass line. So the bass player did that little bit there. Sometimes I give it a little extra chord there just for rhythm. And then second time it goes to this one, and the first time it stays in the lower notes. Now, this part, that was on the day that you were born, the angels got together. And I heard that even Karen Carpenter refused to sing that line at first. It's just kind of a dippy line. It's a yada da 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 da. It's not as beautiful and exciting as the rest. So to kind of undipify it, I did that line in harmonics. So it gives it a little something different. So then you go on to the rest of it. And then when you get to the bridge, what she does is she moves up a half step and then sings it again. And I was doing it with all these bar chords and everything, and suddenly I realized, I don't need to do it a half step because I'm doing it instrumentally. I can go to any key I darn well please. And so I went to G. We're starting on G. So it's actually it's a little bit of a little tricky in that you feel like you're in the key of C in this, but it actually resolves on a G. So it's hanging around C and it feels like it's a C, but it's actually a G. So it was starting the phrase then on G. Now I got some nice open strings in the bass. The second time, just a little improv on that. Still keeping that kind of little bit detached. Now, my question now: how do I get back to the original key? Because I already had an ending for it. So I did this little, and I did that same riff, changing the bass note. And I said, oh, I think that's a way to get back to the original key. I just changed that ever so slightly. And now, I'm magically back to the original key. And so I'm very proud of that transition. And that little bit there, that's a little piano riff. And to make it sound like it, I simply do is pull offs and play it a little quieter than the rest. That makes it sound like. Okay, now we're coming up to the end. He does a. Drum riff to get into that repeat. Now here's a piano riff. Again, I'll just do the harmonics just to make that a little different. And then he fades out. Oh wait a minute. First, the most important part is the one close to. That's right. So we do that a bunch of times, and then the last time, I thought, well, what happens if I just move the bass down chromatically? So we have, and then this part I just composed. None of that is in the original, but that gets me back to this riff. So instead of doing a fade-out ending, I just pretended I was Burt Bacharach, and what would Burt do, And wrote that little ending, which gets me to this beautiful chord that I came up with, and I wanted to use that as the ending. So that's a G major seventh of sorts, and then a little harmonic there at the end for that last note. So it's. Kind of putting myself in Burt Bacharach's place. The thing that's really cool about his writing is that he tends to use chord progressions that you wouldn't often use. You don't hear it anywhere else, but somehow they sound right. I don't know how he does that. That it's using unusual chords together, and then something that he does makes it sound like it's meant to be. It's not a random chord. So that's what I was going after in that little ending, is to have something with, a little bit unusual chords, but have them work together and resolve. And so that's my attempt to be Burt Bacharach for just a moment. Well, lots of comments coming in here, and let's see. Oh, you think Burt would have liked that? Oh, thanks. I'd like to meet him someday. And so that's okay. All right, good. Yeah, the sheet music is on my website. If you want to do it, be sure to get this kind of stopped middle voice in there. So, and it text question my grammar on undipify. Yes, of course. Maybe that's not really a word, but close enough. All right, and we're still got some more coming in here, and all right. And yeah, it is a little tricky to throw in that harmonic sometimes. You've got to change your hand position to grab a note or two. So, all right, Judy, thank you. I'm glad you're hooked on guitar music now. Great. And Scotty, glad you got here in time too. Yes. Let's see. Oh, New Year's dinner, black-eyed peas and collard greens for good luck. I have heard that. Brian, do you have some black-eyed peas and collard greens there? I think he's making burgers. Well, we're going to go look for that because, we need all the good luck we can get for the New Year's dinner, New Year's Day dinner. And, all right. And greetings to Omaha. Boy, lots of hellos. Oh, here, Clark has a good one. More vocal, talking more about gratitude and less about my frustrations. Yeah, and it's not having the frustrations, because of course you have them, and it's hard to, I'm not very good at gratitude either. I have to really admit to that. I need to step up my gratitude and to talk about it more. Yeah, that's a great thing. Thank you, Clark. That's the best one so far for the New Year's resolutions, I think. Okay, and I may try to do that as well. Timothy asked if I have ever had Jay Unger and his wife Molly on the Monday Live. No, I have not, but I will ask them if you like. I could do that. So, all right, and okay, I think we're caught up, except for hellos to Helen in Brazil, and lentils on New Year's Day for prosperity. Okay. So yeah, I think, okay, we are going to open a can of lentils and or black-eyed peas, because we could use some luck and prosperity this year. All right. And yeah, I think cabbage and black beans is close enough. Brian is making sauerkraut, so maybe we can take a taste of the sauerkraut, and that will get us in the ballpark. Well, now I think it's time we take the Christmas decorations down, and I have really enjoyed watching the lights. Have you just checked out all the Christmas lights there? And it was just wonderful to see the neighborhood all lit up. And so I'm kind of sad to see those start to come down, but some people are still leaving their lights up. It's just fun. All right, well, I think I've got to call it a day. And Len is here. Len's my sound video engineer for the Downers Grove annual concerts. So nice to see you pop in, and Warren as well. So lots more greetings. Let's see, what do I play to finish off? Did anyone have anything they want to hear that I still remember how to play? Do like Summer Morning Rain or Two Shores. And Mr. Bradford says, choosing what to give voice to can be quite a challenge. Yes, it really can be. So you're, and Kung Wei, nice to see you as well. Nice to see some old students popping in as well. I don't mean old students, I mean former students. Okay, well, let me see if I can get through Two Shores. I don't normally play it on this instrument, so I may get halfway through it, so it'll give you, I think it's a good New Year's Day song. Let's see. Well, happy New Year's Day to you, and a wonderful, blessed year ahead. So we'll see you next Monday.